Hi guys, how are you? I hope today finds you well. Today I thought I would dive into my Subculture palette and play a little, just playing. I do have a plan, but we'll see how that works out. So let's just dive in. So I have already prepped my eyes. I put on my Bare Minerals Well Rested eye primer, and I put on a top coat and all over color of I used a ColourPop shadow. It's called Locked and Loaded. It is this guy right here. I use that for my all over the lid color almost every day. It's just a really nicely smooth, not super pigmented. Well, it is pigmented, but it's not. It's flesh colored, so it doesn't really matter. My daughter got into my palette. Can you see? I've got little... My 6-year-old daughter got into my palette. I've got little, like, nail marks there and nail marks there. Children. So I got out some of my favorite brushes to use with this palette, and they are these guys. So this is just a ColourPop shader brush, and I like this because it's really dense. It's flat, so I can use it to pick up color and then just place it right on the lid. I also am using my Real Techniques accent brush, I believe. Yeah, Real Techniques accent brush. Also like this one because it is dense and really stiff. I did get my IPSY S31 brush that I picked up from Muse Beauty Pro. This is my little pencil brush. I have the e.l.f. crease brush because it is a more densely packed crease brush than my fluffy brush here, which I'm going to attempt to use in the crease with one of the colors without it going everywhere. In my IT Cosmetics airbrush crease brush, which is number 105, and then my Mary Kay crease brush, which is a really good crease brush. It's nice and flimsy, but it's not super fluffy. So the first shade I'm gonna go into is Dawn right here, and I'm just going to put my brush down in it and pick it back up, and there is plenty of pigment on that to go right into the crease.
I like this palette. By the way, I didn't put any of my face makeup on because this palette does like to have plenty of fallout, which I'm okay with, but I know some people don't like. But I like this palette for fall because of the colors in it, and I'm really super excited to use it more. When it came out, it was still like really summertime, so there was a whole lot of other colors that were more summer appropriate, and this one's definitely fall appropriate. I need to pluck my eyebrows. You see how red my skin is? It's still pretty clear, but it's really red. There's little baby 6-year-old fingerprints all over the mirror in this palette. It's a good thing I'm an easygoing mummy. I might have had a fit. Okay, I did kind of have a fit, but not like to the extent that like we could have. I just explained to her that, you know, my stuff is super expensive. It's not play makeup. It's not something that she should ever think that she needs to get into. She was not happy with that.
So with Dawn, I just place it and then windshield wiper it to get it in there. And you just really, really have to have a light hand with this palette. So again, place it and then windshield wiper it. I do like this color because it is really kind of like an orangey flesh tone color. And all of the colors in this palette go on really nicely. Okay, done with that. Now we're going to go in with my Mary Kay crease brush into Roxy, right there. And again, we're just going to tap it in, pick it up, and there's the color on there. And I'm just going to go into that crease a little bit and deepen Dawn with a little more orange. I really enjoy this color. It's just really fall.
I'm really sad because this room looks right out into my pool, and I keep thinking, man, I didn't get much use out of that pool this year. It makes me very sad. The kids did, but I didn't.
Normally when I'm playing with this palette, I make the mistake of putting on my face first and then having to I put like tape across my face so that I don't get the fallout all over. But it's doing a really good job today, actually. I don't see that there's a whole lot of fallout going on. Yeah. So the color I was thinking about going into next is actually this Untamed color. And then I was going to put Edge in there too. What do y'all think? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. I'm going into Untamed, and I'm just going to touch my brush onto it. Do you see that color? Touch again. Lots of color. So, I'm just going to concentrate it on the outer third. Notice how I'm applying it. I'm just tapping it on instead of blending it. I find that this palette performs a whole lot better if you just tap the colors on instead of blending them in. I've seen a lot of reviews on this palette saying it's not meant for newbies, but it is if you know how to use it.
I bought it. I'm a newbie. Or at least I consider myself a newbie. I'm going to the other eye.
I like playing with this palette because of all the colors in it. And I thought it would be fun to do today. I have a friend on YouTube who did a makeover at Sephora. It was uploaded yesterday, I think. And the Sephora lady was talking to her about the Modern Renaissance palette. It was doing her makeup with the Modern Renaissance palette. And telling her that after she bought the Modern Renaissance palette, she should also buy Subculture. With no disclaimers. Like, I'm not saying anything. I love her, and I think that she would do fine with Subculture. But Subculture is completely different from Modern Renaissance in every aspect of it. So I thought I'd do a little video just for you, my sweets, to show you the difference with Subculture. You definitely just want to tap the color on. It is so super pigmented. Alright, And there's that. Okay, now I love that. I think that looks amazing. Now I'm going to go into Edge, this yellow right here, with my ColourPop shader brush, and I already kind of went into it. These colors are so soft. And again, I just tap it on. Because they're so pigmented, you tap it on and then blend it all together, and it's just going to muddy up because they're so pigmented and soft.
This reminds me of my junior high. Shout out to my junior high. And the colors were green and gold. And that's kind of like what I got going on my eyeball.
When I get to the first color that I've used, I will just take this color and pat it over the top of it, the secondary color, so that that line between the two is blurred quite a bit, but there's not blending it away.
So excited for fall, and today in the Pacific Northwest it's really actually rather cold. Even for the eastern side of Washington State, it's really cold. It typically doesn't cool down here until like mid-October, and it's freezing. It's like 58 degrees, so we went from like 98, well, over the summer it's like 115 to 98 over the last 2 weeks to 58 degrees. Holy Hades, it's cold. I mean, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt that's all bunched up in my elbow, long sleeve shirt, because it's freezing. Now, I don't like to turn my heat on until I absolutely have to, because I also don't like to turn my air on until I absolutely have to, because I have a giant house, and it costs $1 billion a month to freaking heat or cool it, so I just wait until forever. Also, with that being said, it is a giant house, but it's also 112 years old, so the insulation is not amazing, I'm sure.
I cannot express enough how easy this palette is to work with. You just have to work with it slowly. It does take a lot of time. It's definitely not a palette that I see myself pulling for use at the, beginning of the day when I'm getting ready to go to work between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, getting my makeup done, and like, this is not the palette that I will be reaching for, because it does take quite some time to lay down an eye look.
Wow, that's really yellow and green. I don't know, I kind of dig it though.
What I like best about this palette, and well, any makeup, if you're using it, I guess you should be able to see the very different gradients of color that you're using on your eyeballs. I'm wearing gray, so golden grain should be fine. It really reminds me of my school colors though. Alright, I actually think I'm going to take this smudging brush right here, because these colors here, this duochrome here and this duochrome here, and actually even this metallic here, are they're really firmly pressed as opposed to the other ones. I mean, look at what my brush did to that edge color. Besides my daughter's fingernail marks, there's also brush marks from my brush going into it. Which is whatever, it is what it is. I don't really much care. But these ones, you can literally like really go into them. I'm going to take electric and get some on my brush. And then I am going to spray it with my all-nighter spray. Just to make that color pop just a little bit, and I'm just going to go right on top of the yellow. till almost the end. I did leave a little bit of a sliver. Of the yellow. I'm going to take my dry accent brush and go over it again. I find that if you wet it first, it helps the dry color stick much better. And I definitely want that, you know, subdued yellow color and a little bit of sparkle. Now I'm going to take that shader brush and go back into Edge and just brighten up that little sliver of yellow.
Some people are afraid of this palette because of the colors in it, but I really enjoy them.
I'm going to clean off that brush and go into that Untamed and just clean this up a little bit. Okay guys, I went off camera and finished the rest of my face. How do you think it looks? What do you think of Subculture? This is the eye look. I can pretend to be a beauty guru. How did they do that? Yeah. This is the eye look. What do we think of the Subculture palette? It did come with its own little... It did come with its own brush. This brush, it's poopy. It works well for other palettes, not necessarily for this one. My favorite colors in this palette are obviously this one, because you can see it's pretty dented. This one, I do like Adorn. Adorn is beautiful. Beautiful color. I also really love this purple shade down here. It's called Rowdy. It's like a purple black. It's really pretty. It is one of the tougher ones to use in this palette though. So when I went off to finish my eyes, I did put this cube color right here in my brow bone, right here in the inner corner of my eye. I also put some fudge, which is this brown color here, underneath my eye. I got makeup all over myself. And then of course just did my face, the rest of my face. So what do we think? I had a lot of fun playing with the Subculture palette with you guys today. Kind of a get ready with me, kind of not a get ready with me, just kind of like a little bit of a Subculture tutorial-ish, but not really. The lipstick I'm wearing today is actually a regular lipstick, which I hardly ever wear. I'm typically a gloss person, and my next door neighbor, one of my very good friends, actually gave it to me. It's by Rimmel London, and it is one of their lasting finish lipsticks in Metallic Seduction, and I kind of dig it. It's kind of pretty. What I have noticed about it is it's super creamy. It doesn't feel too bad on the lips. It's kind of comfortable and not overly mattifying. It doesn't dry down my lips, and it doesn't transfer to my teeth, which is a good thing. It's part of the reason why I don't wear lipsticks very much, because I feel like they always end up on my teeth. So, and the highlight I've got going on is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, which is my go-to, my always. So, if you guys like this eye look, or don't, but just enjoyed the time, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you do get notified every single time I upload a video. I do upload frequently. Currently, it's every single day. I don't take a day off from this unless I'm sick or have way too much going on to manage this right now, but currently my life is super busy and I'm still able to manage. So please give me a thumbs up, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by and having a quick moment with me in my video. Love you guys. Bye.